Welcome to Andrea Gamero Coaching and NoPainAllGain.ca. Today I'd like to talk about what love, compassion, and patience can do. And what that can do is just about anything. Our beloved cats, Panda and Cotton, are a great example of this. They beat the odds of farm life and have probably outlived all of their siblings. They are our joy and delight. And here's a story which I hope helps you to see how much love, compassion, and patience can achieve in our lives as well. So with Cotton and Panda, we fell in love with them when we were visiting our family's farm. They have a number of cats, and one summer in 2018, it was in the spring, when we went to visit, they had a new batch of kittens. Now there was about 3 or 4 litters that had different moms, same dad. And Cotton and Panda had the same mom, different moms, same dad. And we loved to watch them play. They were just so adorable. And when our friends went away, they trusted us to come and take care of their cats for them. And so we got lots of time to watch all these kittens play and get out and grow up. Well, we already had a number of cats at home. And so as much as I really wanted to get one of the little orange ones, he reminded me of my cat Nibbles that I had when I was a child. He was the first cat that was mine. And this little orange and white kitten was so adorable, and I really wanted to bring him home. But my husband was not too keen on the idea, seeing that we already had a couple of cats. And a dog, actually. So took a bit of negotiating, but finally my husband gave in. I was so excited, and I contacted my friend and said, hey, can we come out and scoop up the little orange and white kitten? Well, my friend told me that one of the mother cats had gathered up all the kittens and led them off to a trailer park that was close by. And apparently this is common for mother cats when they're tired of being mothers and they want to start breeding again. They will take the kittens and lead them off somewhere else that they think they may get adopted. So she contacted the trailer park administration office and asked them if they'd seen any new kittens around. And they said that they had, and that we were more than welcome to come down and scoop them up. So we planned to go the next day. Well, later on that evening, my friend got a call from the trailer park, and they had found a couple of the kittens. And so she ran down, scooped them up, brought them home. So the next morning we headed out. And when we got there, the little kittens that she'd grabbed, one was a black and white one and one was gray and white. And they weren't the kitten that I had wanted to get. So we headed down to the trailer park and just kind of wandered around calling out for the kittens. We didn't see any of the kittens there at that moment. They did not come out of hiding. So we headed back to my friend's house. And that's when we really looked at these cats. And the little black and white one was really, really lethargic, and they were really worried about her. The mother cats were around these 2 kittens, and my friend had said that as much as the mother cat had tried, the black and white one would not eat, would not respond at all. So I decided in that moment I was going to take them both, because the gray and white one would not leave the black and white one's side. I have a history of helping cats in particular. Our cat Patches was also a rescue cat. And so I took them both. I brought our cat Carrier and put them both in there. My daughter named the black and white one Panda because of the pandas we had recently seen at the Calgary Zoo. They had come to visit us in 2018. And the gray and white one, my son named Cotton Ball because she was so fluffy. So we brought him home, gave them a bath, and put them on the cat tree. Well, Panda was pretty lethargic, so there was a little spot at the bottom of the cat tree that was very self-contained. So we slipped them in there. They seemed to like that. Cotton stopped hissing for about 2 seconds, but he was just so lethargic. We put some Temptations out in front of them. Yeah, they weren't going for that, and it was really hard to get them to engage with us at all. So we put some food out for Cotton, which she ate right away, but Panda he could barely stand up, so he was not interested in food at all. So we had stopped on the way back and picked up some Enfalac milk replacement, as that was what one of my friend's neighbors did for their farm cats when they were not doing so well. They would give them the Enfalac, and it was always a really great way to do things for them. So we started with that. So I would held Panda like a baby and would syringe a couple of units of Enfalac into him until he wouldn't take any more. And then I would put him in to the little space where he was safe. It was very low to the ground so that he could get out and go to the litter box. But the thing was, he was so sick he couldn't get to the litter box. So I ended up putting puppy pee pads in the bottom of the little space for them, and I would take him out, wash him off, change the pee pads, feed him, put him back in, and this went on for 2 days that I was feeding him every few hours. And 2 days later, went to the vet. The vet, he was so sick, the vets would not even give him deworming medication. They would give him nothing because they didn't think his little body could handle it. Cotton was great. She got everything she needed, but they did not have great prospects for little Panda. So we brought him home, and we kept working with him. And after a while, he started to perk up a bit. He was able to go and use the litter box. And after a while, he was able to go and start eating alongside Cotton after about 15 days or so. So here are some pictures of our little monsters along the way. So about 3 days later, this was Panda. He was still weak and relatively helpless. And in this picture, this is Cotton. 3 days later, she was exploring more and had stopped hissing at us. She'd finally decided that we were probably going to be okay. And in this picture, here they are in their most common position, with Cotton giving him comfort and warmth. And to this day, they're never very far apart. At this point, he never went far without a towel underneath him, as he still had very little control of himself. He wasn't exploring, but would accept feedings cradled like a baby. I don't have a lot of pictures during their first week, as this required a lot of love and care. So 15 days later, he was very much on the mend, thanks to the love and cuddles of his half-sister and his human family. So Panda continued to get better and better every day. Now, he was attacked by something on the farm. We don't know if it was an animal or if it was a bird of prey, but he did have some damage. A pus pocket had developed in his back from either where a talon or a tooth went in. That ended up bursting at one point, and we had to clean that up, put some polysporin on it. It healed. We didn't let them outside at that point, so it was totally safe that way. It didn't get infected or dirty or anything. And with Cotton being such a protective, mothering influence over him, she kept him pretty clean as well. He did get nerve damage to his tail. So about the top quarter of his tail just flops over like a candy cane, actually. The fur grew in perfectly. There's absolutely no problem otherwise. So we've just left it that way because it hasn't hindered him at all. He does have balance issues, so if anybody comes running at him, he just falls over and puts his belly up, hoping for mercy or most likely belly rubs. He loves his belly rubs. So what have I learned from this experience? So when you love animals, you get that love back tenfold. I experienced this with Patchy, with and Cotton and Panda. Even though Cotton wasn't injured, she experienced whatever Panda went through, and it scared her to death. Even now, they're mostly indoor cats. When we do go outside, they have to be supervised because Panda likes to get away. He's not the smartest of cats. He has no fear, really, of people, of cars. He's quite friendly, so he will head for the back fence and try to get underneath it, and with no concern for the consequences whatsoever. So we have to really keep an eye on him. But both he and Cotton, if they hear a hawk or bird overhead, they do get quite nervous. So we're pretty sure it was probably a bird of prey that got him. And which is fine, because as soon as they hear that, they want to go back in the house. Panda's favorite place to hide is under our barbecue. There's kind of a cabinet under there, and so when the birds are after him, whether it's the crows, the magpies, or he's just scared from the noise next door, that's where he goes. He goes under the barbecue. He's quite quick near the door, so there are times when he's escaped, when we've let the dogs out and we didn't know, so that's usually where we can find him. But he's adorable. I mean, these cats are the most just lovable cats I've ever had. You can cradle them like a baby, dress them up, well, my kids dress them up, and they love to cuddle, and they will sit on your lap while you watch TV, which is really cool. I've had a lot of cats in my lifetime, and not all of them like to sit on your lap while you watch TV, but these ones do. They will, once you get settled, they're on your lap. Now, the vets were so surprised to see him come back. It was the same with Patchy, but I'll have to share Patchy's story for another time. But they really didn't expect to see him back. And when he came back for his neutering surgery, they were able to give him all the medication and shots that he hadn't been able to get the first time, and the deworming and everything he needed. They even found a heart murmur when he was going into surgery, but he came out of it just fine. So, in conclusion, I think it's important to remember that love, compassion, and patience isn't just for our pets or for the animals in our lives. It's for our fellow humans as well. Whether you have a special needs child, a parent with dementia, or coworkers that just don't think the way you do, it's really important for us to remember to give love, compassion, and patience to everyone. And most importantly, to ourselves. So there is a line that says that you are your own worst critic. And that's very, very true. I think a lot of us are very, very hard on ourselves. And we tend to be a lot meaner and hold ourselves to a higher standard than we do to friends and family, definitely to our children, I would hope. So it's really important that we show love, compassion, and patience to ourselves. When we make mistakes, stop. Don't beat yourself up. Just think, hey, what went wrong here? What can I learn from this, and what can I do better next time? That way, you can grow from your mistakes and not keep repeating them. And that is also the way that you can turn a potential tragedy into a victory. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed the panda's story and how he has come into his health. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Hi. Did you know that one-on-one coaching is a great way to get through the roadblocks that are holding you back in life? That's what I do. I help my clients look at things from a different perspective so that they can start living the life of their dreams. When you know what's holding you back, the triggers and that are keeping you locked up in anxiety, fear, depression, then you can start to unravel them. I also help my clients find new ways of looking at things so that they can answer back those thoughts in their heads that are telling them what they can't do and showing them what they can. So if you think this is something that you would benefit from, please reach out to me at andrea@nopainallgain.ca, and we can arrange a time for a free consultation to see if working together would be a great idea. I look forward to hearing from you soon, and we'll see you next time.